And a very good morning to you. It is Friday morning, the 7th of January, 2022. And this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. If we go to the Word of God in the book of Job, Job chapter 8 and verse 7, sent to me by a very dear friend from Canada. It goes like this: though your beginning was small, yet your latter end would increase abundantly. Job was successful. Why? Because he never wavered. If we look at Job chapter 42 and verse 10, right at the end of the book, Job lived to 140 years old. The Lord gave him, Job, twice as much as he had at the beginning. You'll find that in verse 10. And then verse 16. After this, Job lived 140 years, and he saw his children and grandchildren for 4 generations. So Job died full of days. You know, successful people are not the superstars. No, they're not. Not here today, gone tomorrow. Those are not the people that make the difference. The people that make the difference are the people that carry on through thick and thin. Matthew 7:21, Jesus says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. We really need to complete the vision God's given to us. Don't listen to the Job's comforters. You know, the ones who say, well, maybe there's sin in your life, that's why you're not succeeding. Maybe you haven't heard correctly from God. Don't listen to them. I remember going to Ladysmith, the first campaign I ever organized. Said goodbye to Jill and the kids in the morning. Got in my pickup with my flask of coffee and in my farm clothes. And off I went to that town. I went to the first church. I knocked on the door. The man said, you can come here if you want, but this place is as hard as the rocks and the thorn trees that surround it. Went to the second guy. He said, this place has been over-evangelized. He was so hefty he could hardly get out of his chair, smoking his pipe. I went to the third guy. I thought I'll get a bit of support here. He said, maybe God sent you here to bend you a little bit. I was totally disheartened. Went and parked underneath a thorn tree just like Elijah. I said, Lord, what am I doing here? I'm a successful farmer. I don't have to do this. And I felt the Lord saying, are you going to go through with it or not? And like Job, I persevered. But you know, I went to one minister's house. He wasn't there. Can you believe it? I left my card underneath his door. The next morning, he phoned me. He said, Angus, we're waiting for you. We've been praying for revival for this town for 6 months. And that was the first campaign we ever had, and probably the one I'll never forget. Probably the smallest one, but it was incredibly successful. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Get out there today like Job and keep on keeping on for him. Have a wonderful day. God bless you and goodbye.